This
It's a
conference will
wonderful
now be
morning
recorded.
as we have got very enthusiastic number of participants. We are happy to see such an overwhelming response from your side. A warm welcome to each one of you. On behalf of the Department of EEE, Ms. Rimal Navaji Munod Jain Engineering College, Chennai, myself, Dr. Pranati Katyal, Professor EEE, welcome you all to the webinar on the topic Career Opportunities After Engineering by an eminent academician and administrator, Dr. S. Nagarajan, Principal, Surendra Institute of Engineering and Management, Siliguri. All the students must be waiting to hear about the avenues after engineering. So here we are. So many avenues, so many doors to unlock. What are the opportunities after engineering? How can I seek a job of my choice or opt for higher studies? So many questions in the mind. So here you are at the right place. M&M Jain Engineering College gives you an opportunity today to seek answers to all your queries. I am thankful to the management and our principal, Dr. C. Chandrasekhar Christopher, for giving us an opportunity to conduct this webinar. I now call upon our head of the department, Dr. N. Gnanasekharan sir, to address you all.
Thank you, Professor Pranati Katyal. A warm good morning to one and all, and welcome to the webinar on career opportunities after engineering, organized by the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Ms. Rimal Navaji Munod Jain Engineering College. I am Dr. N. Gnanasekharan, head of the department. First of all, I would like to thank our respected chairman, respected secretary administration, respected secretary academic and finance, and our beloved principal, Dr. Chandrasekhar Christopher, for their continuous support and encouragement. The Ms. Rimal Navaji Munod Jain Engineering College was established by the Tamil Nadu Educational and Medical Trust in 1994. The college maintains high philanthropic ethics and does not accept capitation fee in any form. The college is approved by AICTE and affiliated to Anna University, Chennai. The college successfully completed 26 years of service to the society. The Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering was established in the year 1999 and the first batch graduated in 2003. The department offers BE program, which is approved by All India Council for Technical Education, New Delhi, and has been agreed by NCA, New Delhi. Today, we have with us Professor Dr. S. Nagarajan, Principal, Surendra Institute of Engineering and Management with us. He will speak on the topic, career opportunities after engineering. Thank you, sir. Dear participants, I am sure that you will definitely get benefited from this program. With this, I request Professor Pranati Katyal to take over the session. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I now introduce our chief guest, Dr. S. Nagarajan sir. He is an eminent academician and an administrator. Professor Dr. S. Nagarajan is the principal of Surendra Institute of Engineering and Technology, Siliguri, Darjeeling, West Bengal. Before joining this position, he was working as a professor and head in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at Jerusalem College of Engineering, Chennai. He has a wide experience of 21 years in the teaching field in various institutions. He completed his PhD from Anna University in the year 2014. Dr. S. Nagarajan is a leading academic researcher. He was the professor and head of the department for the past 10 years and played a role model for other staff members in the pursuit of academic excellence, leadership, and managerial skills. He is also a good ambassadorial and a diplomatic skill set person. Dr. S. Nagarajan took the responsibilities for setting and advancing the academic strategy of the department in line with faculty and university strategic plans. He developed and sustained an appropriate structure for management, consultation, decision-making, and communication with staff and students. He makes effective use of all resources and seeks opportunities for collaboration and joint working. Under his leadership, guidance, and active involvement, the team of faculty members have worked for NBA NAC accreditation and achieved it too. As a leader, he was a professor of placement and training and disciplinary committee chairman of the college. He is a recognized supervisor for MS programs and PhD program of Anna University. His research area includes electrical machines and drives, power electronics, renewable energy and power system. Presently, he is guiding 3 research scholars. Under his guidance, 30 UG batches and 15 PG students have completed their projects successfully. He received the best outstanding teacher twice in the year 2002 and 2018. He is a fellow member of IEI, life member of IET, IEAE, and ISTE. He organized many FDTP programs sponsored by Anna University and ISTE. Dr. S. Nagarajan has published more than 30 papers in international journals and conferences. I wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Professor S. Nagarajan, sir, and I request you, sir, to kindly take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, participants. Thank you so much, my dear friend, Dr. Gnanasegaran, HOD Tripoli, M&M Jain Engineering College, and his team members for giving this wonderful opportunities to interact with students today on career of guidance and future opportunities. So, in my presentation, I am going to have 3 different modules. The first modules, I am going to speak about how to identify the right career path after +2 and diploma. In the second module, I am going to speak about what are the courses available after +2. And the third section will be about engineering and its career opportunities. With this small introduction, I will move on to my presentation. So right now we are in a totally confused stage, both +2 student, diploma student, and those who are pursuing engineering. Everybody in total confused state whether we are going to have a real conventional classes after near future. But I tell you, it is highly impossible. But at the same time, we cannot wait for this pandemic get it over. And I tell you, and this is the right time to migrate from our traditional teaching methodology or conventional teaching methodology to blended learning. That means, so hereafter, at least for next 1 year, you cannot have 100% face-to-face interaction. If my gut feeling is correct, we may have 50% online method of teaching and 50% face-to-face interaction with the proper safety precaution and guidelines given by the state, central, and World Health Organization. Therefore, before choosing any career path, especially for +2 student and diploma student, my simple advice to all the people: this is not the right time to go away from the residence. You find out good college nearer to your place, maybe within 10-kilometer radius, and based on your interest and skills, you can take up a suitable course. We'll discuss how to choose a suitable course for our career. See, before moving on to the career selection, first we have to understand how to choose our career. So, in my point of view, one can choose the career based on 2 parameters. One is based on our education foundation. Another one based on talent. Talent is the inbuilt capacity of any individual. Education, based on our brought up, you may get the education background. So we'll discuss both career options: how to choose the career option based on the education and how to choose the career based on our talent. See, before taking up your career option, please, one thing you have to keep in your mind: we have plenty of options and opportunities available. So don't think that we have only medical, we have only engineering, we have only arts course. We have plenty of opportunity. So especially, this particular message to my +2 students and diploma students. So before taking up the career selection, first we have to go through what are the options and opportunities right now available with us. And please understand, all those options and opportunities are equally good. Don't think that this is superior and this is not good for our career. Every course has its own, merits. So it is up to the individual to take it forward and explore and the possibilities in each and every courses. And before, choosing, career, we have three important parameters which will decide our career path. The first parameter is the academic excellence. So, you may be good in mathematics. So if you are good in mathematics, many people will advise you to go for engineering. If you are good in biology, people will advise you to go for medical. Like that, based on academic excellence, you can choose your career. And the third one, based on desire. Somebody, they have something in their mind. I wanted to become a IAS officer. I wanted to serve for a country, so I want to take up some position in army. Like that, they may have some desire in their mind. But apart from that, the good career selection will be based on one's personality. See, for that, we have a scientific approach. For example, so how to choose or how to identify our personality, and how this personality analysis will help us to choose the right career. See, for example, for personality can be, it is based on four important factors. For example, first factor, introverted versus extroverted. So this will give you how you expand energy. So based on this, but for this you have to approach a professional counselor. So counselor will give you some questionnaires. So based on your answer, they will find out how good you are in introverted versus extroverted. So from that, they will identify about your energy. The second parameter is the sensing versus institution. How you receive information from others. This will give you the information about how your grasping power is. And the third one is between the thinking and feeling. This will give you the decision making capacity of individual personality. And the fourth one is judging versus perceiving. How you see the world. So these four questions: how you expand your energy, how you are going to utilize the potential, and how you receive information, whether you are a good listener, how you make decision, whether you have that potential of problem solving skills, and how you see the world. So based on these four, they have derived 16 personality types. Based on these four questionnaires, they will find out 16 personality, and for each personality, they will give you the suitable job. So this is purely scientific approach. You can also Google search and find out how to select a career based on personality, or you can also approach some professional counselors. Some online assessment also there to identify personality oriented career selection. So you can explore this opportunity if you are interested. The next option will be the talent based career. This is really, people are worried about how to take talent as a career, but a lot of risk is there. But before taking your talent for your career, and you have to have the perfect self analysis, self appraisal. First you have to know yourself, find out your interests, values, skills, resources, personality, and you have to explore that possibilities and find out the choices and make it happen. For example, if you are good in acting, then you have to find out what are the qualities you are having. You may take up small assignment. Maybe you can take up small ad film acting, or next step would be TV performance, small TV serial performance. Then you can slowly explore, but it is not 100% successful. It depends on so many other factors. I tell you how to choose your talent as your career. And the next one, this is based on your ambition and reality. Most of the time, the reality will win. And to take your career based on your ambition, you need your parent support and your family member support most of the time. parents' attitude decides the career path of the particular student. But in metropolitan city like Chennai and other metropolitan cities, students are taking it advantage. They are now deciding authority to take up their career. But in other places, especially rural places, now still parents are the deciding authority for their career. So long way to go in this aspect. The next one, most of the people, especially 80% of the people, they decide their career based on this conventional thinking. How they choose their career? Based on parents' wish. My father wants to become an engineer, my father wants to become a doctor, like that. Based on their parents' wish, they are selecting their career option. And sometimes what they will decide, my friend has chosen this particular branch, so I wanted to do the same course. So based on the friends and surrounding people, they are influenced by parents, they are influenced by the friends, they are influenced by neighbors, relative. And sometimes now majority of the people, for example, in 2015, especially between 10 to 15, engineering was in peak period. So everybody wants to put their children in engineering. So everybody has admitted their children in engineering. So the demand is, the total number of students admitted in engineering is more than the demand. So that's why slowly that the expectation of the engineering student has come down. Actually, we should not go with the majority decision. We have to be very careful when you choose and when you select your career options. And some people, they wanted to settle in foreign countries. So based on that, they will choose their career option. And some people, they wanted to get government jobs. So these are the conventional thinking decides one's career. But whatever it may be, you have to have your self appraisal. You have to find out your location, because location also one of the important parameter decides the career success. For example, if you want to become an actor, you cannot sitting at Madurai or Kanyakumari, you can try for any acting. So if you want to have some opportunities in acting, then you have to come to Chennai. So like that, you have to find out which location is suitable for our career option. Then of course qualification is very, very important, and most important, contacts. Without contacts, getting job is not so easy. So these three parameters are the vital parameters decide the successful career options. So your location, your qualification, and your contacts, and rest of the thing you can easily analyze when you pursue your degree. So once you get clear information and self-appraisal about your talent, then you can choose your right career path. So you can go for medical, you can go for engineering, whatever you want, you can take it forward. And let us see what are the courses available after +2. Let us start with BA degree courses. So some of the BA degree courses I have listed here, starting from history to economics with finance. Especially, I wanted to highlight two important courses in this: actuarial science, econometrics. Actually, and one more course is anthropology. See, anthropology is the scientific study of human behavior and societies in the past and present. Because some of the courses even we may not come across. We know only basic BA degree courses. Lot of degree courses are available. Let us see what is the outcome of these degree courses. You will get opportunity in public administration. So most of the government jobs, you need this particular basic qualification, and you can also do your masters so that you can easily get government jobs in the administration sector. Next, we'll move on to BCom, BBA, BBM. Now, the most demanding branch. Most of the people, they prefer to go for BCom. Even in school, I have an opportunity to interact with a few headmasters. I was told that, you know, in +2 level, more number of students are there in BCom branch than first group and second groups. Now people are giving more importance to BCom because, you know, they wanted to get into, you know, financial sector, auditing. Now a lot of opportunities are available for BCom graduates, and we have another option, BBA and BBM. So what is the difference between BBA and BBM? See, BBM provides specialization in the variety of areas such as human resources, operation, finance, and marketing. So you will get direct information about the management aspect. But for BBA, if you want to pursue MBA, then the suitable option would be BBA. And in addition, you know, if you look at the last three options, CA, ICWA, and CS. CA is the 5-year course, and ICWA is the Institute of Cost Accountant of India, and CS is the Company Secretary course. This is also a 3 years professional course. It is equivalent to UG degree. Many people, they doesn't know what are the different courses. People, they know only about BCom. They doesn't know about what are the subdivisions available in these courses. So before choosing your career, please go through these things, and accordingly you can select your suitable courses for your career, professional career. And the scope for BCom courses and BBA, you will get a lot of opportunities in bank. Not only in bank, even in, you know, software industry. Now people are taking BCom graduates. But only thing, you know, to get inside the software company, BCom with some software knowledge is essential. For example, C, C++, and Python is now mandatory to get inside software industry. The next one, the vocational subject, I used to call it as employment subject. So once you complete these courses, you can immediately take up, you know, small startup. You need not depend on anybody for future career options. You can start your own venture. A lot of bank loans are available to take it forward. So these are the courses available. Just go through the courses: advertising, company secretaryship. Maybe I would like to highlight a few interesting things, especially, you know, the portfolio management. The yes, this one, portfolio management. Actually, this involves building and overseeing a selection of investment that will meet the long-term financial, especially, you know, stock people, stock exchange. So they will give the, you know, advice regarding in which stock we have to invest. Like that, you know, you will be, you know, get the full information when you complete this portfolio management. And next, in vocational courses, some arts courses also available: social work, mass communication. Now people are, you know, if anybody wants to get inside the media, they are preferring mass communication, journalism. So because of, you know, now social media, YouTube channel, so many YouTube channels, so many new channels has come up. So a lot of opportunities now available for mass communication, journalism. So you can take up these option as your, you know, career career option. And next we'll move on to the science stream. These courses are familiar to us. So if you have physics, chemistry, and mathematics in +2, you are eligible for these courses. And I think quite we are familiar with the physics, chemistry, mathematics, geology, statistics. And in addition, you have, you know, biotechnology, computer science. Whatever the courses we are having in engineering, similar courses also available in BSc degree. So those who are not able to pay, you know, engineering fees, you can take up these courses. So these courses also equally, you know, good to get into software industry. And next we'll move on to our most important and, you know, most demanded area: degree and diploma in engineering and technology. And I would say electrical, civil, and mechanical are the foundation course. If you study electrical, mechanical, and civil, you can easily get a job in core sector. You can easily get job in a software company. You can also find your career options in government sectors. It is these three are the evergreen, and rest of the courses are derived from these three. So these are the the father of engineering. So electrical, mechanical, and civil, and electronics. Of course, it is derived from electrical branch. Computer science also. Even if you look at, if you go to IIT, the computer science branch is headed by electrical people. So these branches are emerged after 80s. So now a lot of opportunities are available for especially computer science people in MNC company. It is not only for computer science people. Everybody can take up MNC opportunity if you are really good in mathematics, if you are really good in aptitude, if you are really good in communication, and of course now they are looking for programming knowledge. If you are good in C, C++, and Python, I repeat again, if you want to get inside the software company, one should be very strong in C, C++, Python. Without knowing these three programming language, you cannot think about MNC. Whether you are a computer science engineer or any other branch, you have to have strong foundation in these three programming language, and regularly you have to update so that you can survive in MNC company. We'll discuss in detail about these branches later, and you can go through what are the other courses available. And especially, in bio category, you have biochemical, biomedical, biotechnology. I wanted to give you small insight about biomedical people. Many people, they wanted to go for medical. Suppose if they fail to get admission in medical, their second choice would be, will be biomedical engineering. But I wanted to tell you one point regarding biomedical engineering. Biomedical is nowhere related to medical field. It is, in instrumentation field. People, they doesn't understand the real curriculum of biomedical engineering. I normally, compare this biomedical engineering with electronics and instrumentation engineering. Now there is no takers for E&I. Now there is no takers for E&I. But if you look at the syllabus curriculum of E&I and biomedical, both are almost same. In fact, biomedical is narrow down to medical field. You will study only instrumentation, different types of instrumentation which is required for medical field. Whereas in E&I, you will study all instrumentation. In fact, E&I have wide depth coverage about instrumentation, whereas in biomedical only they will study related to medical kind of instrumentation. In addition, few biology subjects also there. So in my point of view, taking a biomedical and E&I both are equally good. So before joining, please, my request to all the people, please go through the syllabus and have a word with respective department HOD and find out what are the future opportunities available in the respective field. Then other things you can find out, especially petroleum industry, oil industry, lot of foreign opportunities are available. And one industry totally we forgot, this is textile industry. Lot of opportunities available for textile engineers. So now it is very rare branch. Leather technology, we have separate institutes available for leather technology in Chennai itself. So it's a right choice. If you are, but one thing you should be interested to take up this leather technology. You should be interested to take up textile. In my point of view, my humble request and advice to all the people: don't go for mass people selection. So select your branch and which will suit your skills and your interests, so that you can excel in your career path. Then the admission part. So how to get admission in engineering. So before moving on to admission part, I wanted to brief you what are the colleges available for engineering. So we'll start from the highest institute, IIT. We have IIT followed by Triple IT, then NIT, then IIM, then other state universities. So these three category coming under national universities. To get the admission in this national institute, you have to write JEE Main, and once you eligible for JEE Main, then you have to go for JEE Advanced. So JEE is mandatory for getting admission in IIT, NIT, and Triple IT. And for state university, every state having its own criteria. In Tamil Nadu, there is no entrance examination. So admission is purely based on +2. purely based on your +2 marks. So therefore, if you have a very good marks in +2, so they will publish the ranking. So accordingly, you will get admission in Anna University, starting from Anna University, then different government colleges, then you can take up admission in private colleges. When it comes to private colleges, we have 3 different categories. The first category is the deemed to be university. Deemed to be university. The second category is the autonomous category. The third category is the affiliated institute. What is the difference between these 3 categories? In deemed university, they are coming under UGC. They will have their own syllabus. They will conduct examination and they will award the degree. They have 100% academic freedom. So they are coming under UGC. They will frame the syllabus. They will conduct examination. They will give the degree. So the degree certificate, only the college name, the university, deemed university name will be printed. You won't find any other parent university name in the graduation certificate. So when you take up admission in any deemed university, you have to be very careful whether that university is recognized by foreign university, if you have any idea to take up your higher education in foreign. Otherwise, you can very well take up, but before selecting or getting admission, please visit the campus and find out whether you have enough infrastructures in that respective university or not. And next we'll move on to autonomous status. So autonomous college also affiliated to Anna University, but they have academic freedom. They can frame the syllabus, they can modify the syllabus, but examination will be conducted by the internal faculty, by the college. So they have academic freedom, they can frame the syllabus, they can conduct the examination, but the degree will be awarded by the parent university. For example, if you are in Tamil Nadu, all autonomous college degree will be awarded by Anna University. And the third category will be affiliated college. So syllabus will be given by Anna University, and the examination, everything will be taken care by the Anna University, and a degree will be given by Anna University. Then what is the difference between affiliated college and autonomous college? In autonomous college, college name will be printed, whereas in affiliated college, college name will not be printed. So you will get direct Anna University certificate, whereas in autonomous college, Anna University name will be there. Below that, the college name with autonomous status will be there. So before taking up admission in autonomous status, you have to check the quality of the particular autonomous colleges, because otherwise it will be very difficult when you go for any higher education. If you are not interested to go for higher education, you need not bother about your degree, whether you are taking up courses in deemed university, autonomous colleges or affiliated colleges. And we have various diploma courses. And one more questions people have asked me. Very often people are asking, sir, what is the career opportunities after diploma? I have completed my diploma. Whether it would be appropriate to take a job immediately after diploma, or it is advisable to go for engineering. Nowadays, we are not getting enough number of people from diploma to engineering. But I tell you what are the opportunities available, and accordingly you can choose your career option. For example, once you complete diploma degree, you will get a job. I tell you, everybody will get a job. What are the jobs available for diploma holders? Immediately you will get some technician post, or it may be operator, labor, supervisor. Or if you are good in knowledge and skills, you can become an entrepreneur also. So what are the challenges? What are the challenges? If you are working with some company, the workload will be more, and you will not be paid good salary like engineering graduates, and lot of round the clock shift system. So you have to go day and night. So it is very difficult to have work-life balance, and promotion, very less promotion chances. So my advice to all the diploma holders, so once you complete your diploma, it is advisable to take up engineering as your next higher study. So we have in diploma after +2, suppose if you are not affordable to pay engineering fees, you can take up diploma courses. For eligibility for diploma, from 10th you can directly go to diploma. So if you have a +2 or 10th student, then you have to pursue three years diploma course. If you have a +2, if you have a +2 qualification, then you will be directly admitted in direct second year. So you have to complete. You will complete your diploma within 2 years. So the same thing for diploma students, directly, you will get admission in engineering in the second year. So you have to have another 3 years course to complete your graduations. So based on your family situation and other things, you can decide whether you wanted to take up diploma course or engineering course. Similarly, for diploma students, you can decide whether you wanted to go for a job or you can take up your higher education. But for long run, engineering degree is mandatory. It is the basic qualification for your survival. And this is another important course. Nowadays, people are not giving any importance to industrial training, and it is popularly known as Teacher Training Institute. Now, both government and private people are running this institute. See, once you complete teacher training course, you will get teacher job in government sector as well as in private sector. Especially, there is a bright chances of getting job in government sector. Up to 8th standard you can teach. Once you complete teacher training course, it is a diploma course, 2 years course. Once you complete it, you will get a job, government job. And now with that qualification, our government teachers are getting 70,000, 80,000 rupees. This is the current payoff scale for primary school teacher. Even during this pandemic period, all government teachers are earning like anything. So it may be another good opportunity, especially for girl children. You can take up this opportunity. You will be having perfect work-life balance. Now, most of the students, after engineering, they are going for MNC company, but they could not able to manage their work-life balance. So they quit and they come back to teaching field. So if you are interested in teaching, you can either take up this option or you can also go for engineering. And after completing BE, you can go for ME. Once you complete ME, you will get some teaching opportunity in engineering colleges. Next options after science stream. I think a lot of opportunities. You can go through that. You can take up, industrial biochemistry, applied nutrition, health information, especially fishery. Many people, they doesn't know food production and preservation. A lot of opportunities are available. So you can think about these courses. But I tell you, within 1 hour, it is very difficult to cover entire career perspective. If you are interested, I will give my mobile number. You can have a discussion, one-to-one discussion regarding this your career. I am very much happy to give you proper career guidance to choose your next career option. And next we'll move on to medical and allied science courses. So now to get admission in medical courses, NEET is compulsory. Now it is common examination for all the examinations. So MBBS would be the first choice for anybody. Now because of this corona, homeopathy, Ayurvedic, BHMS is the homeopathy, and BAMS is the Ayurvedic, and BUMS is the Unani. Now people are giving more importance to these courses also. In addition, you have some allied sciences. For example, physiotherapy. People are learning like anything in physiotherapy. So for single sitting, they will come for 1 hour for physiotherapy. They are charging 400 rupees, 500 rupees. So you can have your own, startup. You can have separate clinic for physiotherapy, and for prosthesis, and orthotics. It is also one of the allied health science. Once you complete, you will get information about how to create artificial parts. A lot of opportunity in future. A lot of opportunities are available for these courses. Mainly people are focusing about MBBS. They are writing in NEET courses and they are trying to get admission in MBBS. If they don't get MBBS, they are fed up and they are trying for next year. Not like that. And take up other opportunity also, I tell you. And your career success purely depends on your skills, not because of your degree. So please understand that accordingly you can take up your career options. And this is for admission. Now it is only need-based admission for medical courses, and you have other medical line courses are available. Home sciences, and for education also you have for once you complete diploma, you will get non-teaching post in the education sector. And now in school also people are taking BE candidate for teaching position. So a lot of opportunities even available for education side. And architecture now most of the people are taking this course, so you can take up BArch and MArch, can have a separate startup, so you can earn like anything if you are good in design, and if you have a imagination skill. So once you need some kind of imagination, explore their potential in BArch and MArch courses. And hotel industry, but you once should have that interest, then you can take up hotel industry. And some of the talent based, for video jockey, now more people are interested to take up VJ option, RJ option. They wanted to become a singer. I could see many people are participating in Super Singer in Jai TV, and they are taking up choreographing music, and lot of opportunity. But for talent based career, you need a lot of people support. You need to have location advantage. You need to have a lot of contact supports. A lot of other parameter decides your talent based career. So you should be very careful when you take up excuse me, talent based career. And modeling also one of the suitable career option, but for that lot of other criteria is there. So maybe you can look upon it. Other important, this is another important, many people they doesn't know UPSC competition. So this is the gateway to get some jobs in railway department. So the eligibility on the 17 to 21 years on 1st August. All +2 candidates can write this examination. So you can very well check up in the Google, and every month July this examination will be conducted. So you will get opportunity in railway. Not only +2 students, any students, even BE graduates are writing this examination. So you can also take up this examination so that you will get some good opportunity in railway department. And Defense Academy. So if you are interested in Navy, if you are interested in military, you can take up this examination. So immediately after +2 also you can take up this, and after your graduation also you can take up this option. But only thing, you should be interested to take up this challenging environment. And a lot of other opportunities. So engineering, technology, management courses. Yeah, I think you can find this flow chart in the Google. This will give you the clear information about the career options after +2. You can go through that. Maybe I can leave the PPT with the organizer. You can also get the PPT from the organizer. You can use it for your career selection. I will come back this point later. With that, I will move on to engineering perspective. Why engineering is important, and what are the career options are available after engineering. So once you get inside the engineering, you will get self-respect. You will become excel in the particular field of domain. It depends on the individual caliber, and you will get a lot of knowledge. You are in engineering. We are not going to teach only that particular domain. It is an interdisciplinary domain. And if you look at the latest AICTE curriculum, they have introduced 10 elective subjects. Out of 10 subjects, 5 subjects you can choose from your core domain, and remaining 5 subjects purely interdisciplinary. For example, let us assume you are taking BE EEE admission, and during your course you can also take 5 courses from other branches. For example, if you are interested in computer science, you can choose 5 courses from computer science. Therefore, the employability opportunity will be more. So that is the advantage if you take core branches, especially circuit branches in your engineering course. And which branch I have to choose? I will give a simple insight about the basic courses. basic foundation courses, and rest of the courses are derived from these courses. So let me start with the mechanical engineering. So during mechanical engineering, you will study about mechanics, kinematics, and all those things. Especially, you will get the foundation knowledge about the air conditioning, aircraft, especially robotics. But in my point of view, you can take up any engineering course as your career, but every engineer should be excellent in at least two softwares related to their engineering courses. For example, if you look at the career perspective for mechanical engineering, you will get the opportunities in automotive sector, especially for conventional. Now most of the people are using conventional vehicle. Near future it is going to be replaced by EV sector. In EV sector we need multidisciplinary persons. So we need mechanical engineer to design the structure of the car. We need electrical engineer to take care of the motor, drive section, battery management system, and we need renewable energy support to power the battery, and for robotics, machine manufacturing. But to get the job, in order to get the job in this industry, mechanical engineer should have some basic software knowledge. For example, if you look at what are the softwares are required for the industry, current industry, people are using JMAC, JMAC, which is electromechanical design software. So if you are good in JMAC, you will directly get the opportunity in robotics industry, especially machine manufacturing industry, aviation industry. But many people, they doesn't know this software JMAC. MathCAD you can study, AutoCAD you can study. In AutoCAD you can go for 2D modeling, 3D modeling, especially finite element analysis software using finite element analysis. So for finite element analysis, you can take up Magnet software or ANSYS software, and MATLAB for mechanical engineering. Python, people are using Python, Fusion 360. So one should be very strong. CATIA, ProE, Mathematica, Libre. So these are the important softwares related to mechanical engineering, because nowadays people are not ready to give any training for the fresh graduate. So if you want to get inside the core industry, you have to go with the proper skill set. So in your profile, you have to add at least 2 softwares. Out of these 10 softwares, you have to have knowledge about at least 2 software. If you have the knowledge about 2 software, I tell you, you will easily get a job in core industry. In addition, if you are good in C, C++, and Python, you can also get into MNC also. So MNC is not only for computer science people. I repeat again, MNC is not only for computer science people. Nowadays, MNC people, they look for domain knowledge engineers. For example, now a lot of opportunities are available for artificial intelligence, data science. I could see a lot of engineering colleges, they have started artificial intelligence, BE artificial intelligence, BE data science. But if you look at the job profile of data science engineer and artificial engineers, they wanted to apply that artificial intelligence to mechanical domain. They wanted to apply that AI knowledge in electrical domain. So they are looking for AI knowledge. Be mechanical engineer with AI knowledge, be electrical engineer with AI knowledge. Then only your employability chances will be more. Therefore, when you take up your electives, you have to be very careful when you choose your elective. Don't take courses like mostly we used to take some theoretical subjects in order to clear the subject easily, but it should not be the right choice. So if you want to get into core industry, you have to have proper knowledge, skill sets in the respective field of domain. Next, we'll move on to civil engineering. Now, people are not interested to take civil engineering, but if you look at opportunities available for civil engineer, plenty of opportunities are available. I tell you, you will get a lot of opportunity in government sector. All the civil engineers will get opportunities in government sector, but only thing, you should be very strong in these courses like environmental engineering, geotechnical, lot of opportunity, structural, a lot of opportunity, in transportation, a lot of opportunity. So you should be very strong in these domains, then we can able to get the job opportunity in the field of civil engineering. And what are the softwares required? As I told you, unless you mention minimum 2 software in your profile will not be shortlisted. You will not be called for any recruitment. I repeat again, if you want to get inside any core industry, in your profile, you have to mention 2 softwares, and you should be very strong in those 2 software. Like that, for a civil engineer, what are the softwares are available and to take up, challenging job in the core industry. AutoCAD for drafting. See, especially now we are building many multi-storage building. For that, we need the engineer with AutoCAD knowledge, and STAAD Pro for design and analysis, Primavera for construction and management, and ETA for design analysis, SAP 2000 for structure analysis, and ArcSys for surveying, etc. So these are the softwares available for civil engineering students. So you don't blame any courses, don't blame any colleges for not getting any job. It is your responsibility to update your skills. So if you have proper skill set, I tell you, you will get the opportunity very easily. So don't forget, please update your profile with 2 software related to your core sector. The chances of getting core opportunities are more in your field of specialization. Next, we will move on to computer science. I think everybody is familiar with computer science, so I don't want to give in detail about computer science. But what are the opportunities available for computer science people? Game programmer. We need a lot of people for game programmer, and a lot of gaming applications are coming up every day and every week. So a lot of opportunities are available for gaming application. And for 3D graphics, we need a lot of people: software engineer, software developer, research assistant, design engineer, and web developer, and so on. But only thing, in order to survive in computer science field, you have to update your knowledge regularly. Unless you update your knowledge, you will be, away from that industry. Even in this pandemic period, many people are, working, and few companies still recruiting, and few people, they are, removed from the company because of their poor performance. So if you want to have very good bright future in the MNC company, you have to regularly update your programming knowledge. With that, we'll move on to the next course, electronics and communication engineering. See, actually 3-4 years before, it was one of the most demanded branch, electronics and communication. Now people are not giving preference to ECE. I don't know why. A lot of opportunities, lot of companies are available for ECE. I tell you, these are the companies available for ECE people: wireless communication, satellite communication. Especially now we are talking, we are interacting with video conferencing. So a lot of ECE people are working behind this video conferencing. I tell you, in future education, video conference, you cannot avoid video conferencing. It is going to be 100% blended learning. So 50% you can have a face-to-face and traditional method, and remaining 50% will be through online only. So a lot of opportunities are available in video conferencing sector. But as I mentioned earlier, and ECE people also have to acquire some knowledge in the software packages available related to their field of specialization. So for ECE people, Arduino, IDE, MATLAB for ECE, a lot of tools are available in MATLAB, and Atmel Studio, they can go through Atmel Studio, especially Tinkercad, Autodesk Tinkercad, and this certificate was the university accepted certificate, so you can find out certificate course on Tinkercad. So once you complete Tinkercad, it will be really a value addition for ECE student. And you can also take a course on AutoCAD for electrical, AutoCAD for electronics also there, and some FPGA based simulation softwares are available. So again, I tell you, please update your profile with the minimum 2 software so that the employment opportunity will be more. Next, we'll move on to electrical engineering. See, without electrical, nothing can move. And I tell you, another 3 to 5 years, electrical engineers are going to rule the world. I used to tell this point to my student very often, and a lot of opportunities are available for electrical engineering, but surprisingly, there is no takers for electrical engineering. I am really, worried about students' mindset and parents' mindset. See, when you take admission, don't think about the current situation, current employability opportunity. For example, you are taking admission in 2020, so you will come out in 2024. So you have to think about the ground reality and opportunities in 2024. So in that case, I tell you, right now we are facing a lot of carbon dioxide emission from thermal power plant. And if you go through the Google search, out of 70% of the carbon dioxide emission is from thermal power plants. So recently they had all major developing countries had a discussion in the Paris World Conference, and they have decided to replace thermal power plant by renewable energy power plant. So slowly thermal power plant will be replaced by renewable energy. So there is a huge opportunity available in RE sector for electrical engineering, not only for electrical engineering. If RE sector, RE replaced by, thermal is replaced by RE sector, for the infrastructure development, we need thermal people and we need mechanical people, in addition, electrical people. So these three engineer will get a lot of opportunities in renewable energy sector, and a lot of startups are available. You can have your own power plant. Even if you plant a rooftop solar panel, you can avoid electricity bill. The payback period for your solar power plant will be somewhere between 5 to 7 years. So I think a lot of revolution will happen in future in RE sector. Therefore, for electrical engineers, so you need not worry about your courses. I tell you, you will have a lot of opportunity available. Only thing, you have to take some small courses. My humble advice and request to you, take up some small internship course on solar topic and wind energy system. You can take up a lot of private organizations are there. So please update your profile by doing some course on solar, some course on wind, and even in Coursera, a lot of courses are available. So you can also update your knowledge by taking a few courses in Coursera. Also, this will give you, perfect value addition to your profile. And then moving on to next sector, EV sector. So in electric vehicle, a lot of opportunity again. By 2020, it is the guidelines given by the pollution department. So all the conventional vehicle will be replaced by electric vehicle in order to control the carbon dioxide emission. So once you get all electric vehicle into the market, and a lot of opportunities available for electrical engineer. Right now 5% people are working in automobile industry, and survey says that once we once we replace conventional vehicle by electrical vehicle, around 30% of the job opportunity will be available for electrical engineers. So these two areas, electrical engineers can find a huge number of opportunity. Therefore, you have to have thorough knowledge or some kind of certificate course in both RE sector and EV sector. So don't waste your time. Please take up some course either in Coursera and NPTEL. Also, they are offering some courses on solar, wind, and EV vehicle, and some private organization also giving training. So please take up some training related to renewable energy and EV sector, so that your employment opportunity will be more. And likewise, other department, you can also update your profile with some software package. And I know most of the students are familiar with MATLAB, but you should have that in-depth knowledge how to interface the hardware and software. That kind of knowledge is really required if you looking for any core job related to MATLAB. And piecewise, you can study piecewise, and each tab will be the real value addition for your profile. Through each tab you can find out transient analysis, you can do some transient analysis, you can perform some part flow analysis, especially relay coordination. You can easily solve the relay coordination problems. So a lot of opportunities are available for relay coordination protection system. So there is a huge opportunity for power system, because now government has decided to hand over the entire power industry to privatization. So once it is handing over to private people, the job opportunity will be purely based on skill based. Therefore, a lot of opportunities available in power sector also. So please update your profile with some package like ETAP, PSCAD. It is electromagnetic transient analysis. You can perform a lot of power electronics simulation using PSCAD, and especially LabVIEW, this virtual instrument engineering workbench. So these three packages, especially my suggestion would be, one should be very strong in MATLAB, ETAP, PSCAD, LabVIEW. Out of these four, if you are good in any two, I tell you, chances of getting core opportunities are more for electrical engineer. And what are the other opportunities available for electrical engineering? For example, government firms like Bell, ONGC, and SAIL, we have a lot of opportunities in the public sector India. And to get into public sector, you have to appear for GATE examination. GATE examination is mandatory to get the opportunities in public sector India. So National Thermal Power Corporation, NTPC, and ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Corporation, and SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited, Bell Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, and Indian Oil Corporation, Coal India Limited, CIL, Gas Authority of India Limited, GAIL. So these are the public sector units. So if you get the valid GATE score, through that you can able to get inside these public sector. In addition, some of the other public sector units also, they are conducting separate recruitment. So you can find out their notification in the paper as well as in the Google. So DRDO, they are having their own selection process. Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDL, Bharat Atomic Research Center, NPCIL, Nuclear Power Corporation, lot of other public sector. So a lot of opportunities are available, but many people, they doesn't understand what are the opportunities available for electrical people. So huge number of industries are available for electrical engineers. So you can have an opportunity in core sector, you will get the opportunity in government sector. You are also equally eligible for MNC company. So only thing, you have to explore, you have to update your skill and explore your potential, so that you can easily find your place in the very good company. And I tell you one point before concluding my presentation: career choices are life choices. I repeat again, career choices are life choices. Please take them seriously and do it right. So don't choose any career based on the advice from anybody else. So please do real self-assessment and choose the career. And when you do the course, please update your profile. And before concluding, I wanted to give you one more important information regarding placement opportunities. And right now, people are thinking whether I will get any opportunity, because every company is under lockdown, and a lot of pay cut and job cuts are happening in MNC and other core sector. It is only a short-term problem, and once this pandemic is over, you will get a lot of opportunities. So the freshers, you need not bother about your career options, opportunities. You will be having opportunity once this pandemic is over. But I request to all the people, and in future placement will be done. This is another point I used to convey this point to my student. Everybody should have profile in LinkedIn. People are having account in Facebook, people are having account in Instagram. That is different. That is for your personal. And for professional, you need to have account in LinkedIn. So please create profile in LinkedIn. So, and update your skills regularly, and through that you will get a lot of opportunity in future. With that, I will conclude my presentation. Now, if any query is there, I am very happy to answer your questions.
Yes, sir. One question is there, sir. Any other software is available in EEE except MATLAB? One student wants to know which software he should become expert in.
Yeah, I told you, ma'am. ETAP is there.
Yes.
electromagnetic transient software, which is useful for power system analysis. So people can study ETAP. PSpice is there, PSCAD is there, LabVIEW people can take up, and Tail software, Xilinx software is there for embedded options. If you are looking for any job in embedded industry, then you should familiar with Tail software, Xilinx software. Lot of softwares are available.
Okay, sir. Vijay is asking one question, sir. He wants to pursue ME Power Systems after his BE EEE. So what are the career opportunities for him?
So for power system engineers, I have rightly pointed out, soon all the power sector will be handed over to privatization. So you will get a lot of opportunities in power sector, both in conventional power plant and renewable power plant. The second option would be, in almost all the companies there is a dedicated electrical maintenance section. So they have a dedicated team for maintaining power supply, especially as per the government norms. Every industry have to have minimum power supply through renewable power plant, and almost all the MNC companies, they have erected rooftop power plant. So for that, they need power system engineer. So they will get a lot of opportunity in power sector. Power system engineer will get a lot of opportunity in power sector.
Okay, sir. Sudarshan is asking, sir, can a EEE graduate get in through aviation industry?
Yes, definitely. Aviation is not only for mechanical engineer. So in every industry there is an electrical section. So a lot of opportunities are available in aviation also. Aviation, aircraft people is there, and civil people will get a job opportunity. Mechanical people will get a job opportunity. Computer people are there, and electrical people also get job opportunity in aviation sector. But a lot of entrance examination they are conducting. They can search in Google. They can find out what are the recruitment process available for aviation sector. Now private aviation companies are there, so they can easily get job in aviation industry also. I believe electrical people can enter into any field. Without electrical, without power supply, they cannot run the show.
Okay, sir.
Madam, one more question is there.
Yes, one more question is there, sir.
Should
he is
I
asking.
take?
Yes, sir. Should I speak?
They are posted privately. One Raghu Rajesh asked one question. Should I take higher degree immediately after BE, or it is good to take after a working experience?
He is BECSE. He is doing BECSE.
Yes.
BECSE, okay.
He wants to know, sir, whether he can go for higher degree immediately or after BE, or he should do a working experience first.
I will give you two options. After BE, you can either take up immediate job, or you can go for higher studies. How to choose whether I have to go for a job or higher studies? If your family can able to support financially, my advice would be, please go for higher studies, because now a lot of people with the BE qualifications. So if you want to get a promotion in your professional career, you need to have higher qualification. So if your family can able to support financially, immediately go for higher education, go for ME or MTech. Or if your family needs your support, financial support, go for immediate job after BE.
Okay, sir. One more student, though you have already mentioned about the job opportunities in electronic and telecommunication, just he wants to know once again, what are the job opportunities in electronics and telecommunication?
Maybe I can show the PPT again.
Slide you can show this.
I mean, for electronics and communication, now a lot of opportunities are available in teleconferencing, especially embedded system. Robotics field, electronics engineers are required. PLC field, FPGA system, and A lot of microwave communications are nowadays coming up in the field. So a lot of opportunity, especially in the telecommunication, wide opportunities are available. Because a lot of private players are available in telecommunication sector. So a lot of opportunities available in telecommunication.
Okay, sir. One
We can
last
also
question.
easily enter into MNC also. EC people can easily get inside MNC.
One last question, sir.
Yeah.
One student wants to know what he can do for agricultural purpose after his graduation.
See, for if you are interested in agriculture, BE agriculture engineering is there. I think in Coimbatore, one of the colleges offering BE agriculture, and most of the deemed universities are offering BE agriculture. BE BTech agriculture engineering is there. So they can directly take up BE course itself for agriculture if they are really interested in agriculture. They need not wait.
Thank you very much, sir.
One
Dr.
more question
Professor.
is there, madam. One more
Yes.
question is there. Steve
Okay.
has asked, would I rather prefer government job than software?
That is, he is expressing whether I should go for software or government job.
Government job. Yes.
It depends on individual caliber.
Yes.
Yeah, government job, lot of procedure formalities are there. You can also try government job. And MNC, it is purely based on merit. And most of the company, they are recruiting people pan-India scheme. So now it is open to all. It is not depends on any individual college, whether I have to join this college or that college to get campus recruitment in Infosys and other thing. Not like that. Now most of the MNC companies are recruiting pan-India scheme. So it is now equal opportunity for all the people. Then for government, now people are thinking about government because because of pandemic, a lot of pay cut and layoff is happening in the private sector. That's why now most of the parents are preferring government job. Otherwise, it depends on individual. You can excel both in government sector as well as in private sector. It is purely depends on their individual mindset.
Can I take one last question, sir?
Yes, madam, please.
One BEEE student wants to know, can he do MS in robotics?
MS?
In robotics.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely. I think now many universities they are having a tie-up with MNC companies. For example, TCS, they have. I wanted to highlight this point, but I forgot to highlight this point during my presentation. I don't think that the MNC they are only doing software kind of project. Now they are also taking up a lot of core based project. For example, TCS, they have a separate R&D division for EV sector. So if you are good in core subject, especially if you are good in electrical with EV domain knowledge, you can easily get inside TCS. Likewise, robotics also nowadays coming up very fastly, because most of the company they wanted to go for industry 5.0. So in industry 5.0, they wanted to have man-machine interaction. So in that connection, they wanted to replace most of the functions by robot-based implementation. So we need a lot of robotic operators required in the industry. So definitely it is 100% interdisciplinary. It is not only for electrical. Robotics common to all the people. Even CSE people can take up their higher studies in robotics. ECE people can go for robotics. Mechanical engineer can take up. Everybody, even civil people can take up their career option in robotics field. It is equally suitable for all the people.
Yes, sir. Sheetal wants to know whether there is career opportunity for mechanical engineers. She wants to know the career opportunities for mechanical engineers.
Yeah, a lot of opportunity, ma'am. I have told for mechanical engineers. See, manufacturing industry. See, without mechanical engineer, nobody can think about manufacturing industry. The main, the foundation, strong foundation of our India is mechanical industries. That's why it is an evergreen industry. So people can find, especially mechanical engineer, can find their career options in automotive sector, even if it is a conventional vehicle or EV vehicle. So mechanical engineer support is really required for automobile sector. Yes, of course, in manufacturing industry and all kind of mechanical the outer cover and other things, aviation industry, all these industries, we need mechanical people. They will have a lot of opportunity in Gulf countries, especially petroleum gas industry. A lot of mechanical engineers are required. Robotics industry also, people are required. Now, I think AICTE has given permission to start BE robotics. So if anybody is willing to take up robotics field as their career, they can directly go for BE robotics. I think a few colleges I have seen, and I also they have introduced BE robotics and automation. Now it is available. I think from 2020 onwards, the new courses are available: BE robotics and automation, similarly BE artificial intelligence and BE data science. I think those who are interested in robotics, they can take up BE courses also.
Okay, sir. Aishwarya is asking for electrical engineers, how much marks should they obtain in GATE exams to get job in public sector units?
I think it is purely based on percentile basis. So every year this mark will vary. Really, I don't know exactly how much is the cutoff, but all eligible candidate will get the valid GATE score. With that, they can apply for PSU sectors. Maybe I can check up with Google search. I didn't know exact mark required for PSUs, but GATE is mandatory not only for PSU sectors. I forgot to tell this point also during my presentation. In future, if you want to get inside any core industry, GATE is the mandatory. For it is like a entrance examination. So whether you are going for higher studies or not, you have to take up GATE examination. So it is going to be a mandatory one for future core opportunities.
One last question, sir. What is the career opportunities for studying masters in electrical abroad, outside India?
In India, career options are for electrical. They can find immediate career options. As I told you, power sector, they will get a lot of opportunities because now we have government power sectors and private power sectors. And for especially for power plant, there is a separate diploma courses are available. I think it is a 1.5 year course to 2 years course, and the fee structure will be around 1.5 lakhs they are charging, but 100% job opportunity is there. I think students can find out in NTPC portal. It is there. They are conducting a 2 years diploma course on power plant engineering. So they will get, once they complete, they will get job opportunities in power sector. And oil and gas industry, Gulf industry, lot of opportunities for electrical people, especially for power sector. And in future, RE and EV sector will give wide opportunity for electrical people. And in almost all the companies, for electrical maintenance section is there. So they will get opportunity. But only thing, if you are really looking for good opportunity in core sector, you have to take up some small jobs initially. People without the mindset of the current student, they are comparing their salary with the MNC. See, in MNC, they are getting 15,000, but in core company, they will not pay more than 8,000. So don't compare the fee structure initially. Take up that opportunity as a internship opportunity. Try to learn the concept. Once you learn the concept, then you can get a lot of higher post in the reputed companies.
Same thing already you have mentioned in your presentation, sir. But Shruti wants to know again, what are the softwares that she should do and additional courses she should do after ECE?
ECE. For ECE, Arduino IDE, they can perform. MATLAB, they can do. Tinkercad, my suggestion would be Tinkercad. MATLAB and Tinkercad would be an ideal choice for ECE student, and especially for Tinkercad, you find out, right franchisee. So you try to get the certificate from Autodesk. This Autodesk certificate is universally accepted certificate. So using that, you can also find job opportunity in foreign country also. Especially Singapore and Malaysia, you can find a lot of opportunity for ECE people with some kind of certification in this software domain. So my suggestion would be MATLAB and Autodesk Tinkercad would be the right choice for ECE students to take up domain-oriented job.
Sir, one question more. Can we take up, sir, one question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No problem.
How to get internship opportunities while pursuing computer science and engineering?
Getting internship opportunity, it's not a easy task. Now, maybe through placement. For example, normally we used to start the placement right in the 7th semester itself. So once they successfully complete the placement right, the companies, MNC companies are willing to give internship opportunity during 8th semester. Actually, it is not an internship opportunity; it is a placement opportunity. But as per the AICTE norms, students cannot take up any paid job during the course of study. Therefore, now MNC has modified their offer letter into internship. So 8th semester, once they recruited, for example, TCS and Infosys and other MNC company, once they are recruited, they can go for internship. Otherwise, getting internship in top MNC is very difficult, but they can look for some startup. So startups are ready to take the fresh graduates for internship. They can learn, especially joining in startup company will give a lot of experience and exposure to the new domain and field. That will be very much useful for their career, future career.
Thank you very much, Professor Dr. S. Nagarajan sir, for the insights into the details of various courses for +2 students and also for engineering graduates and the various job opportunities. We are very thankful to you, sir. Now I request Mrs. N. Deepa, Associate Professor, EEE Department, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. It's my privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. I thank respected Chairman, respected Secretary Administration, respected Secretary Academic and Finance, and beloved Principal for permitting us to conduct the webinar on career guidance. I, on behalf of Ms. Miral Navaji Munoj Jain Engineering College, Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, and on my own behalf, extend a very heartfelt thanks to Dr. S. Nagarajan, Principal, Surendra Institute of Engineering and Management, Siliguri, for sharing your views on career opportunities after engineering in spite of your busy schedule, sir. Sir, today we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and the students are very much inspired by your speech, as you have explained in detail all the courses they can undergo and the job opportunities. I am immensely thankful to our convener and HOD, Dr. N. Gnanasekaran, for organizing this webinar. I extend my thanks to the moderator, Dr. Pranati Katyal, for hosting. I am grateful to coordinator, Dr. V. Gnanasekaran, for conducting the webinar successfully. I also wish to express my gratitude to organizer, Mr. S. Muthurajan, for his technical support. I'd like to express my thanks to our faculty members for their enormous cooperation in conducting this webinar. My deep sense of appreciation for participants for attending this webinar. Thank you so much, and thank you one and all. Thank you, ma'am.
All these participants can fill up the feedback form. It will be available for nearly 15 minutes. Please enter the correct name so that the certificates come out with the right name. Thank you, everybody. Stay safe. Bye.
Thank you, sir, Nagarajan, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you for the
Thank you,
opportunity.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Muthurajan sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
லிங்க் எங்க போச்சு? நான் எங்க வெளில வந்தேன்?
ஜீவனோட மெயில் ஐடி என்னடா? ஜீவனா வேணுகோபால் 01 அல்ல, நான் தான் அடிச்சேன். அதனால அது
கரெக்ட்
வரலைன்னு கேக்குது.
ஜீவனா JEE இந்த வந்துருச்சு @gmail.com